Well, what is up? Welcome back to episode 2 of You Might Be Surprised. What is up? What is up? What is up? I'm hyped for this new episode. My first episode that I did was very challenging. And if you guys listened to my first one and then are hearing this one, welcome back. I learned a lot from my first episode. I recorded my first episode with my laptop mic instead of my actual mic because I thought I had the settings right, but I didn't. So, doing this is a learning curve. There's a lot more to it than just sitting down and talking. And the talking part of a podcast is the hardest. I thought coming up with the topics would be hard, but you can think of anything. And if you can't explain it or sound enthused about it or make something interesting, then your podcast is going to suck. But today, I had an awesome day. And let me just show you. On the screen now, I'm going to play a video of I was listening to Whitney Cummings podcast with Andrew Santino, and they were explaining, or they were just talking about what type of cars people drive. And Whitney Cummings and Andrew Santino, Whitney Cummings says if you every guy in her high school who drove a Jeep Wrangler was hot, and I had a Jeep Wrangler in high school. I still have a Jeep Wrangler, but it's a different Jeep Wrangler than the one I had in high school. But yeah, I recorded just me reacting to it. I'll play it right now. I'm just gonna not talk for 20 seconds. I'm pretty sure the clip is like 17 seconds. So yeah, watch this clip.
Every guy when I was in high school that had a Jeep Wrangler was hot. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's like a hot person car.
That is a privileged white guy car though.
You can't drive a Wrangler and not be hot.
So yeah,
And that's a part of the thing.
that
Check out
clip.
you send the picture.
And I was just joking around, and I sent it to my friends, and my one friend was like, dude, I laughed out loud at that. You should post that up on Instagram. And fun fact about me, even though I would want to inspire and do a podcast and express myself, I have a really hard time expressing myself because I just don't think my opinions matter, or I just think people are going to judge me, which I'm trying to get out of that and not really giving a flying fuck about what people think about me. But yeah, I was like, what, screw it. I'm going to throw this up on social media. I put it on my Instagram story, and I'm pretty sure I said at Whitney Cummings and Andrew Santino said it, not me, and I tagged them. And normally when you tag somebody famous, they don't respond. And Whitney Cummings actually responded. I'll put the screenshot up on the screen now. And she just said, laugh out loud. But that was literally the most exciting and important thing to me. And let me explain. It's exciting because she actually saw it and she actually chuckled. So I can go the rest of my life knowing that I made a comedian laugh, and I don't know if she actually laughed or if she was just being nice. But also in that video clip, it's one of the first times that I just shared online just me being myself. And I was just joking around and stuff. And just the fact that she saw it and thought it was funny or whatever she thought it was, just gave me reinsurance of what I want to do and what I'm doing. I can do it in a really weird way. So yeah, that's it was so cool. I was so just dumbfounded. I was laying in my bed. I was watching Dave. If you don't know about that show's amazing. And but yeah, I was just sitting on my bed, and I get a notification, it just popped up. It was at Whitney Cummings, and I was like, what? She just went live. And I was like, oh, she responded to me. I was like, oh, my heart. I'd be lying if I didn't say that my heart just stopped for a second. And I'm really bad with celebrity encounters. I've actually met quite a lot of famous people. Famous, like, not like, I haven't met anyone like super crazy famous, but I've met people that have a large following and stuff. And I never know what to say. So I put like, damn, you made my day. And it was it really made my day. And it just makes me hype, and like it makes me like want to like write and learn how to be more funny and just like be me. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I can't wait for this freaking quarantine to be done so I can actually like just like try different things, because I really want to try stand up and stuff. But since we're on the topic of meeting celebrities, let me tell you about some of the other times I've met celebrities. I've met Dwight Howard. I was actually the ball boy for the Milwaukee Bucks. Back when they sucked, I got to bring out the basketball for the game, and like there wasn't much talking, but like I just remember being like, hey, what's up? And he just looked at me and did a little like head nod, shook his hand, and like I was just like nervous, and I looked at him. I was like, you have really big hands. And he's like, yeah, thanks. And I was like, oh, okay. Who else have I met? I've met Mike Miller, who played with LeBron James. When LeBron was on the Heat, I had to think. Who else have I met? I've met. I listen to a lot of metal music. I've met the band Fit for a King, and one of the funny things about that is I play the guitar and I obsess over guitar riffs and just like guitarists. Not so much now as I did back then. And I was going to shake the drummer's hand, and I saw the guitar player step around him, and I went from going to shake his hand, and I just like jerked it over right to the guitar's hand. I was like, hey dude, what's up? I'm like a huge fan. I watch all of your videos. It was just really funny. But yeah, dude, I've been in a good mood since then. And just shout out to Whitney Cummings and Andrew Santino, even though he didn't respond. But oh my gosh, crazy. I had like this whole outline for like what I wanted to talk about in this podcast, and it went out the window because I was just so excited. I was like, I need to make a podcast. I need to express how I feel and like just how much Whitney Cummings, like just like how much that meant to me. Oh, I did meet Trevor Wallace, the YouTuber / comedian. I met him when quarantine started about like a month ago. He put up on his Instagram story saying that he was gonna be on Omegle. Come find me. And I was like, all right, I don't have anything to do. I'll just hop on. And I found him. And when I met him, I was just so nervous. I don't know. I just got like super hyped up. We talked about cheese and beer. And then he's like, I'm going to go talk to some other people. I was like, okay, you're cool. Bye. It was really weird. I feel like I just haven't had many social. I'm really bad at social interactions, which is why I tend like when I was in college, whenever I wanted to like talk to a girl, just like in general, it was easier to do it when drinking, just because like my guard is down and I'm not like thinking so much. Oh, let me think. Do I have any funny stories of me trying to talk to a girl while drunk, like a serious girl, like trying to? I don't know. I don't know if I want to bring those stories up, but yeah. To keep talking about the comedian stuff, I did watch Louis C.K.'s new special. If you listen to my first episode, I said I was going to listen to that. and give my feedback on like what I thought, because what I want to do with this podcast, as like for right now, is I think I'm just gonna like, since so much comedy is out, um I'm gonna like just watch their stuff and then just like kind of talk about it and like give my 2 cents. And because I've noticed I've written my best jokes whenever I watch a comedy special, and that's not just me like copying off of their joke. It's just being in the same mindset, like they're being funny, which makes me laugh, and then something that they might say might just like tick something in my head, and then I'll like go and write it down. I have about like 50 just like, not like punchlines, but like premises of jokes just like sitting on my phone. I've really just been trying to write more during quarantine. It's been kind of hard though. But yeah, back to Louis C.K. This was my first time watching his special. If you don't know who Louis C.K. is, let me break it down. He was like the comedian of all comedians. And back in 2017, 2018, he got Me Too'd. He got Me Too'd by, from what I understand, I actually haven't done any research on this. So if I'm saying this wrong, I'm sorry. But pretty much what, like the gist of it and how he explained it in his new comedy special was that he was at a comedy show and he jerked off on stage onto girls, but the girls said it was okay, but then they decided it was like, or like it was okay, but it really wasn't okay. And then, yeah, he pretty much was just, everyone was just throwing things at him, making fun of him, and just like destroying him. And I want to say I got into comedy right around that time. So I've never like, I don't know, I really don't know a thing about this guy. And the only thing I know is the Me Too stuff. But I listen to a tons of comedian podcasts, and they just like rant and rave about how good he is. And I think I'm gonna go back and watch his other specials. So what was this podcast, or what was, okay, so his special was called Sincerely Louis C.K., and which makes sense. It's kind of just like a, like the whole comedy special builds up to him explaining like what happened. But his comedy kind of reminds me of Tom Segura, and I don't know if I'm gonna get flack for that, because I don't know if Tom Segura took from him, like they kind of have similar styles where they're just like very like out there and they just don't care. I will say his, if you've watched this, like I'm never gonna say like a joke of a comedian. I don't think that's right. But if you watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. He does like these like just like one-off like jokes about just crazy things out of nowhere. And I really like that about, I feel like if a comedian can pull that off in the middle of a set, I think that's really good and really good. Like I know what I'm talking about. I like that. Oh yeah, one of the things that I think I was actually thinking about this. I think for a comedy special, I believe comedy should be seen live. Okay. But a comedy special has to be able to hold up live and hold up on a special. I think that's what really makes a good special. And I think this special would have been better live. I think like from what I've seen, he's a really good live comic. And for how much I like rant and rave and like love comedy and listen to comedy podcasts, I've only been to one comedy show, and it was it was one of those comedy shows. What was it? Like surprise comedy, don't speak, don't tell comedy or something like that. And it's pretty much you just buy the tickets, and then the week of or the day of, they tell you the place and time to show up, and then it's just a bunch of like small town comedians or whoever's in the city. And I know like a bunch of like big comedians have done these shows just to work out sets and stuff. But yeah, that's the only comedy show that I've been to. I will say though, I bought, before Corona happened, I bought a ticket to go see Bert Kreischer and a ticket to go see Andrew Scholes. And I really want to see Andrew Scholes is because I knew he was touring his special that he's about to film. So yeah, bro. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I really liked Louis C.K.'s special. I think I just don't think that like he's funny. I think all comedians are funny, but it's just I'm used to a certain type of comedy and comic for like the bigger name guys. Like I said, I haven't seen much live comedy, so I feel like once I start to go to live shows more and like kind of like go into the culture, it's really weird that I decided to do comedy during Corona, because I literally can't do anything to help benefit myself besides doing a podcast and just writing. It's weird. Oh, what else did I have written down? What else? Let me tell you. I was talking to my friends, and I was explaining, because I have this speech impediment that has pretty much stopped me from just being me in certain situations when I'm not comfortable. And I was explaining to my friends that whenever I sat down to record this podcast, I don't stutter. And they were confused, and I'm kind of confused too, because I've been talking kind of fast too. Like I didn't even notice like how fast I was talking. So I mean, it's a good thing that I'm not well, there it is, stuttering. But it's just kind of weird that it doesn't really happen when I'm doing it. And I want this to be a comedy podcast, but I think I really need to put more time into sitting down and writing through a podcast and stuff and getting stuff. Oh, I know. Sorry, I'm sure that wasn't great in your ears. No. Whoops. Sorry. Cut that. Sorry. Someone sent me a text and I got distracted. I did have something funny that I was gonna show you guys. I think going back on this whole Corona thing, I really talked much about Corona, but going back on the Corona, I think last week, people like broke, and this week people just really stopped giving a fuck. Like, I went driving for the first time today. I had a chiropractor appointment, and it was like we weren't even in lockdown. So I don't know. And the state that I'm in just got pushed out another month for quarantine, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think people are gonna freaking just, it's like I don't know. See, this right here, that's what I need to get good on, is I need to just figure out like more funnier things to say. I don't know, maybe I'm too hard on myself. But I'm gonna throw this photo up on the screen. One of the best things that has come from this coronavirus is like, you always knew people were crazy, and you always knew that like if something were to break out, that there'd be a hilarious thing that happens. And one of the funny things that I saw was this dude buying beer, and like you can make a mask like just out of like cloth and stuff in a shirt. But this dude looks like he is from Toy Story. He looks like Zurg from Toy Story. Does he not? He looks like Zurg from Toy Story, and when he's buying that beer, he's telling that he's saying, "Buzz, I am your father." Bro, of course this dude's buying a Pabst Blue Ribbon. If this dude wasn't buying a Pabst Blue Ribbon, there'd be something wrong. Like, if this dude was buying, you know what would make this photo even better is if this dude was buying a pack of Corona. Like, what? See, that stuff right there, I need to get better at just like explaining. I didn't realize how hard a solo podcast was gonna be, though. God. Okay. Also, when you're recording a podcast, you have no idea how much stuff like could go wrong. Like, I'm just getting notifications up on my screen and stuff. This podcast is gonna get good, and once I start doing stand up and I'm just doing more things, I'll have more content to talk about. At this point, I'm just recording and talking about things that I'm just passionate about right now. I went for my first 3-mile run the other day. I put in live music when I ran. I listened to Parkway Drive, their whacking set that they recorded, and the energy from that music just like helped me to keep going. It just really like pushed me and kept me going. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. See, I had stuff that I was talking about. I don't know. See, dude, bro. I think I'm starting to slowly lose my mind. You know, the first couple weeks of being stuck inside, I was like, all right, I can do this. But now I'm getting mad at every little thing that happens. I play Call of Duty at night, not just to play the game, but because I'm talking with my friends and it's the only social interaction that I get. And normally, like, if you know anything about the Call of Duty the Call of Duty culture, they love to shit talk, and normally I don't get mad, but bro, every time I do bad, I want to freaking punch something. I I said the funniest thing to a guy. I told him he killed me when we were playing Gunfight, and if you don't know what that is, it's a 2v2 on a really small map, and he killed me. And I was like, bro, I hope when quarantine's all up and you go to a fast food restaurant, I hope they mix up your fucking order. And the dude's like, and it was just really funny. Really funny. All right. I never know how to end these things. I think I'm going to keep these podcasts shorter for right now, just because I want to record myself on a camera And I don't really have like I have a lot to talk about, but I don't at the same time. And I just want to produce high quality content. And whenever I can get to an hour, because I think an hour is a good time for a podcast. 30 minutes isn't bad. But yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitter and to subscribe to the podcast link if you're on YouTube. On YouTube is You Might Be Surprised Podcast, and my Twitter is, let me pull it up. I'm really bad at this. My Twitter is _Chris Lynch. Toss me a follow. I have 10 followers right now, so life's booming. But yeah, follow the podcast on Spotify, follow the podcast on Apple Music, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, toss me a follow on Twitter. I'll soon be making more and more social media for the podcast and stuff. But yeah, I really enjoy these. So I'm keep pumping them out once a week. And if these ever gain traction, maybe twice a week. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I'm going to end it like I did last episode. Don't forget to try something new. You might be surprised what happens. I'm Chris. You've been awesome. I'm Chris, and you've been awesome. Thank you for checking out this FM show. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. And just follow me, You might be surprised where this goes. I'm done with these puns. Yeah, I had so much fun. Shout out to Whitney Cummings. Whoop.